Hey, honey. Just got a cut. I figured fresh start, fresh chapter, fresh cut. I'm experimenting with it a little bit. Got a little side part going on. I'll experiment with different styles, but the length I like right now. I don't know if you can tell, but a lot easier to maintain. I'll tell you that much. Right now, I'm just waiting on for my pod to arrive, and once it does, I can put a lock on it, and I'll pack tomorrow because I got a night shift, so I gotta get sleep. But I just want to be up, wait for this pod to get here, so I know as soon as I come back from work tomorrow, I can just pack it. Well, thank you. They were awesome. Yep, here it is, my pod. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. This bad boy, a little far away. This bad boy here, I'll start packing tomorrow. You know what? Look at it real quick. All right. 8 feet by 8 feet. I think that's more than enough for me. Oh, yeah. All the boxes, all the things from this room and the next are already loaded. Don't mind the mess. Some of these things are either come with me, will be used up, or gotten rid of before I leave. Don't mind the messy bed. Those things were up there before I moved in. I don't know where I got that katana. That I think that's been here too, but sadly, I don't think I'm taking that with me. In a few days, this room's going to be completely empty, and that'll mark the end of a chapter. I've been here since September of 2015. Damn, over 10 years. I was on terminal leave from the Marine Corps, came here, been here ever since. I've been doing some self reflecting recently. Uh, I spoke to you, I spoke to my mom, so um, I won't rehash everything. Just wanted to share some thoughts as I self reflect real quick. So, up until I graduate from the University of Central Florida in 2019, December 2019, looking back at it, I feel like those 4 years kind of went a little slower, at least in comparison to afterwards. Like, I know I was younger, so I wasn't, time didn't scare me as much back then, but I felt like I had a lot more moments during that time. I did have some part time jobs and I was going to college, but I was involved in the college life, not just going to classes. Uh, I had relationships, I was hanging out with friends, I went to the gym regularly, and I trained Brazilian Jiu Jitsu at American Top Team Orlando. And also, I spent time with family. Sometimes I spent time with some family just because. Other times I was busy, so I wouldn't see them for a while. But holidays were almost guaranteed. And that was the case every year up until the end of 2019. So I feel like these 10 years, most of my impactful moments, especially with family, were during that time. 2020 rolls around, and well, everyone knows what happened. So I'm just going to say, after a few months of life changing adjustments, plans going off the side, having to adapt to the new set of circumstances, I was unemployed for a few months, and then I got a job at my current employer. And it provided me stable income. I could pay off debts and prepare for the future, and eventually transfer to the Pacific Northwest, somewhere I've been wanting to go, which is what I'm doing now. However, it was a night shift, and my first year, I was doing 6 days a week, 12-hour days. And to this day, I'm still doing night shift. Not as much overtime, but my last 6 years since early 2020 can be summed up to me living at work. 2020 was the first year I didn't spend holidays with family or much time with them overall. And sadly, that would continue till recently. And I feel like these 6 years have gone far faster than my first 4 years here. I believe it's because I wasn't as mindful and I was practically living at work. Yes, I had the night shift. I couldn't control that, especially when there were moments where I would wake up, get ready to go to work, say goodnight to my mom as she went to bed. I went to work, and then I would come home from work and either almost immediately take her to work, say goodnight, go home and sleep for my night shift, or I'd come back home on her day off, talk to her for a little bit, and then say goodnight as I go to sleep because I have to go to work that night. That was far too common during these 6 years. And so I wasn't really mindful during these years. In order to get out of debt and prepare for my future, I took all the overtime. The overtime is what I had a choice on. Nobody made me do it, but I thought if I could better prepare for my future financially, especially once I got out of debt, I thought it would be a good thing. Still a good thing. It's just while doing that, repairing my past, setting up for my future, not many times was I in the present. And I think that's why these 6 years have been a blur. And most of my mindfulness has came when you were here. We had our moments, and I had some with family, just not as much. However, once you left me all by myself in the Florida location, as you were enjoying Washington, I was really on grind mode, 2025, for this whole year. And I think it's safe to say from 2025 up until now, the time of this recording, it's late April 2026. We're already 1/3 done with the year already. That's scary in itself. But I would say this time period has been the fastest for me because I've been living at work. It's just been such a blur. And some of the memories I don't know if you call them memories, but some of the moments I could think of were at work. And so I'm glad the transfer request came when it did. Kind of knocked me into reality, knocked me to see that the habits that I've set up for myself these past 6 years really took away moments and opportunities I could have done spending it with some family. Now, looking back at it now, maybe I could have reduced the overtime, just been more strict with my money, and put in more effort to spend some time with my mother, some family, and some friends every now and then. But the more I think about that, the more I realize I shouldn't be dwelling on the past. You know, I spoke to you. I assure you and my mother, I won't be dwelling in the past. In fact, I'll take all this as a lesson and start right now to be the person I believe I should have been years ago. Just got this bad boy loaded. Now to lock it. See you in a couple of weeks. I've been thinking of the season finale of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The very last scene, right before Carlton rushes down to give us one more laugh to end the show, where Will Smith is looking in the living room. It's empty. He's just standing there. And as a viewer, I watched that and I'm thinking, man, since the pilot episode, I've loved this show, all the laughs, the characters, the serious moments, the whole thing. And as great as that journey was, it was time for it to come to an end and to move forward. Recently, though, I've been looking at it through Will's perspective. Through all the ups and downs, what I've done, mistakes, should have done, would have done, whatever. I have been here for 10 years and it is coming to an end. And during these 10 years, I've had moments, experiences, ups and downs of my own, as well as the support of my friends and family. And a lot of the support has come from close family like my mother, as well as you, honey. And so everything I experienced, everything I've done, I want to take all this and not dwell on the past. I want to take all this and really grow up, basically. Be a better person for when I start the next chapter of my life. And like Will, who had Uncle Phil, I won't be moving forward by myself. When I get over there, I'll be reuniting with you. Right now, I'm just waiting for my container to be picked up. The truck should be here within the hour. But I wanted to share something that made me happy today. I was going through Facebook, and not only have I found a lot of photos and some videos that I posted throughout the years going back to 2009, but also a lot of photos that I was tagged in by family members. So I have a lot of memories with family. And it's really good to know that I have that memento, all those memories saved. I already started, but soon I'm gonna dedicate a lot of time to save as much of those photos as possible, back them up, and for some of them, print them and make my own photo albums, to keep with me physically, so I have a backup. And just knowing that I have those made me feel really happy. Oh, look how high that's lifted. Woo! Bye. See you in a few weeks. And now my to-do list is complete. As far as necessities, of course. As far as utilities, place to live, everything is squared away. I just have to show up there in a few weeks. Now I have about a week-ish before I head out. So I have my last day of work tonight, and then I have some plans, some by myself and others with family. Now, my time with family, I will not post on the internet. I'll keep that between us. But I will post up the time I have for myself. But until then, thank you for sticking around and watching this whole thing. And until next time.